What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea, and excuse the noise in the background, but we are in my local coffee shop back home. Obviously it is Christmas and I had to get out of the house to film this, to be honest, and I'm joined by another local man who you may recognise, Beaky McBeakface, or you know, Big Nose as people call him on Twitter, or just horrible things, but I prefer to call him Ollie. And Ollie is also from Tunbridge Wells, and he also grew up, and we also went to school together, and he also is part of and the owner of Talk Crystal Palace, obviously Palace's biggest YouTube channel. Mate, how you doing? You good?
I'm good, yeah. How are you? How's life treating you? How's Christmas?
My Christmas was good. What about yours? How was yours?
Very pleasant, thank you. Very pleasant.
Palace getting 3 points everywhere they seem to be going at the minute.
Well, apart from at home to Cardiff. But yeah, I mean, 3 unbeaten. Can't complain. 7 points from City away, Leicester at home, Cardiff at home. That's very good return, I would say. Just a shame that we didn't win the easiest of those games, but these things happen. That's very Palace to go to the Etihad, win 3-2, and then draw 0-0 at home to Cardiff. That sums up Crystal Palace in space of 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we were having the conversation in the car on the way down. Palace as a club seem to be an interesting one, to be honest. The stuff seems to happen all the time. But obviously, we're going to do what we did last time. You know, we're going to go through what are the strengths of your side, what are the weaknesses, what have we got to look out for, and, you know, what do you expect? So we'll get straight stuck into it. How's your season gone so far?
Underwhelming, I would say. We've picked it up in recent weeks, but there was a spell like October, late November, we were just very poor. We didn't get any points from from Brighton, West Ham, Bournemouth, Wolves, Watford, Newcastle. I don't know, we beat Newcastle, drew Newcastle, but all the teams around us we lost to. So that kind of didn't help, and we got a bit embroiled in the relegation battle. We're kind of starting to build up again now, but it's annoying because our squad is good on paper. It's better than 14th in my opinion, but that's where we are. But to be honest, every season, it's just as long as we don't go down, I don't really care, to be honest.
Does it come down to Roy Hodgson though? Because obviously he had an amazing season last year. Obviously he had Ruben Loftus-Cheek on loan, developed into the player he is now. Obviously now playing out wide for Chelsea as well. Do you think it was down to a lack of signings? Obviously, do you think the way he is playing the team and basically not changing it when you weren't doing well, is he past it?
It was tough because we weren't doing well, but on paper, like, I didn't really have many complaints about the teams he was playing. Like, Wilf was out for a bit, so we didn't have any attacking options, which is a problem. That's partly down to lack of signings, but we had no money to spend in the summer. And we signed, who did we sign in the summer? We got Jordan Ayew on loan, who's rubbish, absolutely awful. We've got Guaita in goal on a free, great player. Meyer on a free, great player. Kouyaté for 10 million. Legs in midfield has been really good. West Ham fans were like, oh, he's rubbish. I really like Kouyaté. So we invested quite well, but it was clear we had no attacking options, and our midfield and attack has got worse since last season. And that didn't help. But I think we kind of, the new signings are settling in a bit now. We've kind of found a way of playing which works, but we can be quite predictable because we don't have any options, as I said.
What is that way of playing?
Well, we play Townsend and Zaha up front because we don't have Benteke, he's injured, and we like to keep them on the floor. We play quite slick football, to be fair, but what frequently happens is we'll get the ball out wide because Townsend and Zaha naturally drift out wide and we have no one in the middle. We'll look to play on the counter against you. I think actually playing big teams suits us better because we can't break down a solid defence. If a team sits in, they will always keep a clean sheet against us. Don't
worry, our defence is not that solid.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously David Luiz is someone who I like, but he generally struggles against us, from what I remember. I think any centre-backs would against Zaha and Townsend. When they're running at you all game, it's tough.
I've not watched, obviously the thing for me is with Wilfried Zaha, whenever you've played against us, I've never been that excited by watching him play football. And obviously I then watch Match of the Day, and the highlights seem to speak volumes of something else. You know, obviously against City the other day, he was running them ragged. He was pretty key component in the build up to several of your goals. You know, what are we not seeing? Like, obviously, if you watch him on a game day, you don't see it so much. We watch the highlights; it's all there. Why do you not see it when you're sat in the stands as often?
I think he just has he has flashes a lot of the time, and I think also, obviously, our record without him speaks for itself. It's awful, but it's often just him being there makes a difference. Because when he doesn't play, we don't have anyone else like that. So him just being there, it frees up the rest of the pitch for everyone else. And yeah, whilst he very rarely sets a game alight, because he's not a world-class player, otherwise he'd be playing for a world-class team. But he just has flashes, and what will happen is he'll have 2 or 3 moments a game, which will open things up and create a chance for someone, or he'll score normally. But I wouldn't say he's consistent, is what I would say. That's one word I wouldn't use to describe Wilf Zaha.
But he's your most important player, is he not?
Absolutely, yeah.
So surely inconsistency and best player aren't really 2 words that go together.
Well, when he's not playing that well, he's still very good for us. Yeah. But it's like he's inconsistent in terms of he won't always beat his man, he won't always put the perfect ball in, he won't always finish, but he creates those opportunities and gets into those positions far more than anyone else in our team does, far more. He was our top scorer last season, I think, or second top scorer behind Milivojevic, but he takes pens, so yeah, he's the only player that like makes things happen. He can make something out of nothing, which no one else in our team can really do, to be honest.
I mean, I can see that, but I think the most important player you have here at the minute is sorry, I'm just basically chin the microphone. So a couple of drinks. It's Christmas. Leave me alone. Andros Townsend, just the goal against City as a prime example. I mean, last season, and whenever we speak, you seem to think he can't finish, he can't do what he needs to do, and he pulls something out like that. I mean, obviously he did it a couple of times for Tottenham. He's done it for you now on a couple of occasions. He's scoring goals. Is he your key man for us to worry about in this game?
Maybe, which I never thought I would say. This year he has really stepped it up in terms of finishing. He's got a great goal against you on his right foot across the keeper. Like, that wasn't an easy finish, and he buried it. He's got a couple of absolute worldies, which is something, in my defence, because I slated him, he never has done that before for Palace. But this season he's worked on it. Because he's been playing up front, he knows he's got to work on his finishing, and he has, to be fair. As I said, I think he's our joint top scorer this season. He's a good finisher. And the thing that he is best at is his work rate. He will not stop running. He is an absolute nightmare to play against in that sense, because even though sometimes his crossing isn't great and sometimes he misses easy chances, he always puts an absolute shift in down the right. And whoever is playing on that side, he'll track Alonso forward and back all game against you lot. He'll probably be helping out with whoever's playing on that side, Willian as well. His work ethic is something I've never actually seen from like a player at Palace.
So that's a massive strength, but also what are your weaknesses? Because that seems like it could be a bit of a weakness, because you're saying you're missing the centre forward. You know, if he's going to be tracking back forward and backwards, obviously chasing Willian or chasing Alonso, and you're saying that, you know, Wilfried Zaha is creating the opportunities, but no one's there. Other than that issue, you know, which is a massive issue, because we've got the same problem. We don't have a centre forward at the minute. What is going to be your other weakness, which Chelsea should really be targeting in a game like this? Because no team only has one, as we've seen with City this year.
Honestly, I do think the main one is that just the lack of a striker, like hold up play. We have to be quick in possession, because no one can hold the ball up. Honestly, we don't have many other flaws in our team. You look at our defence, we've kept the most clean sheets out of anyone outside the top 6. We've got a very good goalkeeper, we've got a very good back 4. We play 4 in midfield, so it'll be very cramped in there, and they all know their jobs and they'll work very hard. Maybe the lack of creativity from midfield in the centre as well. I don't know who will play, which doesn't help. But the main problem is just we don't have a finisher, and if you can shun Zaha and Townsend out wide, then you're pretty much sorted, because we're not going to be gambling people into the box against you, because we don't really want to do that. I do think we can genuinely get something from Chelsea if we are tight.
You always seem to.
We do. Well, you know, so every single season, apart from this one and one other, we've beaten you in the league. So the year we came up, we beat you. The year you won the league under Mourinho, we didn't beat you. The next 3 seasons, we beat you. So I do like Chelsea is a game which I always think we can get something from. And as I said, it's so Palace. We went to the Etihad and we won 3-2. In my opinion, if you can go to the Etihad and win, you can beat anyone. Maybe not Liverpool this season, but
do you think Liverpool can win the league?
Yes. I don't want them to.
Imagine Twitter if they win the league.
Yeah, well, I actually used to really like Liverpool, but their fans are slightly irritating.
Not all of them.
No, not all of them, but some of them. One thing that really wound me up was the hype over that Alisson save against Napoli, which, very important save, don't get me wrong, kept them in the Champions League. It was straight at him. I think every goalkeeper in the Premier League would have saved.
I think I could have saved that. Yeah. Have you seen the size of me?
And then they're like, oh, it was good because he came out quickly. It's like, yeah, he's a professional goalkeeper. Like, obviously he's going to come out quickly. It was a poor finish. If the finish was better, he would have scored. Like, That annoyed me. That was like a turning point for me in terms of how much I like Liverpool. But I think in Van Dijk they've got like the best defender in the league.
I agree. I think he's probably the best defender in the world right now. But I think there's one more thing I want to talk about with you, because it's something that has always interested me after seeing you and Ben Esther on Twitter. What is your beef with West Ham?
Just their fans are more annoying than Liverpool's. I've never liked West Ham. I made a video on them last year when we drew 1-1 with them, and I got absolutely slated in the comments by West Ham fans. It's just, I don't like that. Obviously, Ben Yester is the main cause of this rivalry, because
another Tunbridge Wells boy, big up.
But yeah, just their fans are so, they beat us 3-2. We were awful, and they were like, well, we should be pushing top 6 now. It's like, you're not going to push top 6 though, are you? Like, they get very ahead of themselves very quickly, and it's every year it's oh, this person's better than Zaha. Oh, Lanzini, Payet, Arnautovic, Anderson, all very good players. But every time they do anything, it's like, oh, he's better than Zaha. Oh, Zabaleta's better than Wan-Bissaka. No,
he's a very good player.
Wan-Bissaka or Zabaleta?
Both of them. Zabaleta's a bit past it, but he's still solid, puts a shift in. But Wan-Bissaka, probably one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, in my opinion.
He is, in my opinion, top 3 right backs in the league.
Where'd you put him in world rankings?
I couldn't do that.
You could.
Like,
he's one of the best 3 in the league. You put him in world rankings. Where?
The thing is, I don't have a very good knowledge of international right backs. Obviously, I do think, put it this way, he would start and do a good job at most top 6 clubs, in my opinion. I think he would start for you. I know you love Azpilicueta. You love Azpilicueta.
I think Dave will go over to the left. If you put Dave on the left and Wan-Bissaka on the right.
I think he would start for Arsenal ahead of Bellerin.
Not at the minute, I don't think he would.
Okay, Bellerin's playing well, but I think, and also you'd think of potential as well. I think he'd start for Spurs. Spurs fans say that. A lot of Spurs fans don't really like Trippier.
Ahead of Trippier and Aurier?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that says a lot about him. I mean, see, Eden Hazard or whoever's on the left could be. Well, Pedro's not fit, but he got injured the other day, so it could be either Willian, Hazard, or someone else. I don't know who it's going to be. That's the most worrying thing. But it could have their hands full. But anyway, guys, listen. We're going to wrap this up here. Obviously, he's given his strengths. He's given his weakness. Ollie, I want your predicted starting 11. And I want your predicted score.
Well, Roy hates making changes to teams, so we'll probably go same 11 as it was against Cardiff. So that's Guaita in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Tompkins, Sacco, Van Aanholt, MacArthur, Kouyaté, Milivojevic, Maya, Townsend, Zaha would be my prediction.
So is that a narrow 4-4-2?
Yeah, narrow 4-4-2 with the fullbacks providing most of the width and the strikers as well. It's all very free-flowing.
Yeah, almost like Kouyaté dropping back to kind of make a 3, I guess, on some occasions.
No, not really, to be fair. Like, Kouyaté is the legs, so Milivojevic is the one who's going to sit. Kouyaté is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, because he's got a bit of a goal threat as well. But yeah.
Okay. Well, and you predicted scoreline?
I can never predict us to beat Chelsea, even though in my heart and my head I know we can. I can't outwardly predict us to get anything. So I'll go 1-0 Chelsea.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Make sure, obviously, you head across to Talk Crystal Palace. We're going to be doing something over there as well. Make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down in the description: Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Obviously, Ollie's will be down there as well. But other than that, guys, take care and hope you had a good Christmas. And we'll see you later.